Yo, what is up YouTube? Lee the Captain here, back again with another YouTube video on nothing other than Enjin. Shout out to all the engineers out there and everyone who just loves Enjin. Much like myself, I am still bullish on Enjin and I believe in it long term. I love it more and more each and every day. And in today's video, I am going to bring you guys a update on Enjin, what's going on, and my thoughts on not only Enjin, but also its Efinity token. Now, when you look at the price of Enjin, it is at 61 cents, a far cry from its all-time high, but personally for me, I am not concerned. I am here for the future. I believe in Enjin. I love Enjin, okay? And what I learned from my past experiences, not to day trade, not to go all in, and I also learned to not try to time the market. Why? Because every time I did that, I always got wrecked. It always didn't work out well for me, and what did I realize? If I believe in a project long-term, I love its fundamentals and I see it having a bright future. What do? I dollar cost average on a set schedule. That way it removes the anxiety, removes all the guessing, and it helps you stay in the game of crypto long term and Enjin as well. As I said before, when it comes to Enjin, the price is, in my opinion, at a complete discount. It's almost like going back in time over a year ago, which is absolutely insane, before they had that massive bull run. Oftentimes people complain that they missed that run with Enjin. Oh, I missed that run. I wish I could have invested in it sooner. However, they are afraid to invest in Enjin right now. I wonder why, if I'm being completely honest, because this is almost like giving someone a chance, as I said before, to go back in time and to go back to that moment before we had that bull run. Now, when is that bull run going to happen? People are saying, oh, is it going to have to wait a year, 2 years? I can't predict the market, but in my opinion, if Enjin, right, with its amazing utility, its future, and its use case, I just think it's inevitable that it's going to go back up. And in my opinion, the all-time high that it had is nowhere near the true representation of what Enjin is truly capable of. When it comes to what is going on with Enjin right now, check this out. Enjin announces partnership with Square Enix to make branded tokenized collectibles available using Efinity. And for you guys who don't know what Square Enix is the company behind games like Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, and Dragon Quest, and they are a publicly traded company in Japan. This is amazing bullish news when it comes to not only Enjin, but Efinity as well, because why? You think about these games that they have millions and millions of fans across the world. This just giving more notoriety and more attention and truly showcases the potential of Enjin and its whole ecosystem. When I truly think about Enjin going forward, we are truly gonna see an Enjin takeover, in my opinion. When I take a look at news like that, it further reaffirms my belief that the all-time high price of Enjin is nowhere near its true potential. When I think about it, right now, Enjin is bigger, better, and stronger than ever, and they have more in the works, even when you compare it to last year. Everyone was so bullish on Enjin last year, and to be honest, that is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Enjin, Efinity, and what they are all about. A lot of these crypto projects, they often disappear during bear markets. When the economy is down, when prices are down, they disappear. They don't update their community, they don't develop, they don't build anymore. And when the prices go back up, yeah, they jump back into it. Why? Because they don't believe in it long term. They don't even believe in themselves. If they don't believe in themselves, how do you expect their community to believe in them, but not Enjin? Enjin realizes that this is a long game. They understand they are here to stay and they are here for the future. And check this out right here. Efinity was featured in Bean Crypto's ebook about sustainable green blockchains. There they talk about how Polkadot uses way less energy than Bitcoin. It is more environmentally friendly and how it is very sustainable and built to care about the environment, essentially speaking. Now, people must be wondering right now, why is this even bullish news when it comes to Efinity? And let me explain why. Large companies, large institutions, just the community of the world at large, nowadays they're more environmentally conscious. They care more about the environment, going green, being more sustainable, and this can be used as a unique selling point when they are pitching Efinity. When you truly think about it in those meetings, when they are negotiating, they can say, hey, Efinity built on Polkadot, very energy efficient, sustainable, it is green, uses way less energy, and this can be used to oftentimes give them a competitive edge. when you truly think about it, this can often facilitate institutional adoption and ease the adoption of Efinity because they have this as an added unique selling point. And one of my pet peeves that I will say when it comes to becoming environmentally friendly is having biodegradable straws. By the time you finish your drink, the thing basically disintegrates and it's all in your mouth, doesn't feel good, and every time I've tried bringing my own straw, the steel straw, you end up just losing it. However, I get how it's good for the environment, but yeah, that is a major annoyance when it comes to those biodegradable straws. And yeah, I agree, I can use my own straw, but I always tend to just leave it. I don't know if you guys feel that way, however, it is what I feel. Also, Block Truck's play-to-earn off-road racing game joins Enjin. This game honestly gives me those dirt racing game vibes mixed with those early Need for Speed games. This kind of feels like a combination of the both, but play-to-earn mechanics. Now, when you take a look at this, also Senzu World Interactive Plant a Tree game joins Enjin, again promoting that green sustainability vibe. And this game kind of reminds me of those early games you played in the iOS, like those ninja games and whatever have you. Just kind of gives those 2010, 2011 type of game vibes, especially the ones you find on the App Store. Also, Crypto Blades cross-chain RPG, bringing 1.1 million users to Efinity. That is crazy, insane. It's already up and running, already has a huge fan base. So when you truly think about it, Enjin right now is just going ham. Oftentimes people think that Enjin kind of disappeared. They see the price down, they don't even focus on the project anymore. But if anything, I will say that during a bear market is actually a time to understand more and more about your favorite crypto projects and understand more about their fundamentals, because during a bull market, people are concerned about price, taking profit, FOMOing in. They're not really concerned about the fundamentals. They see it go up in the exchange, they buy. They don't even really check out what it is actually really. Now, if anything, the bear market, as I said before, an excellent time for people to actually become more educated in the world of crypto and understand more about their crypto projects. Gives you actually some time to understand what are they building, what are they developing, and more about the team, its fundamentals, and how strong the community is. Oftentimes, to evaluate the strength and longevity of a crypto project, I check out their socials during a bear market. If the team disappears, the leadership goes silent, radio silent, no peep. The price goes down, they disappear. They stop building, they stop developing. That 99.9% of the time, at least personally for me, is a telltale sign that the project is going to fizzle out. Why? During bad times, during when the prices are low, if the team doesn't even believe in themselves, they don't believe in its longevity, they don't even believe in the project as a whole, how do you expect other people to believe in it? Think about it. Just as an individual, just as a person, if you don't believe in yourself, how do you expect other people to believe in you? And when you truly think about it, humans, much like crypto projects, they are tested during bad times. They're not tested during good times. When everything's good, yeah, you're gonna be fun, you're gonna be happy, you're gonna be cheerful. But what happens when things go bad? Are you gonna push through? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in the crypto project? If the answer is no, how do you expect others to do the same for you? When you take a look at the economy at large, news about the recession, which I honestly feel was induced by the Fed, however, that's besides the point, potentially another pandemic going on with monkeypox. What in the world is going on with that? And also, when you take a look at high inflation, geopolitical factors, you take into consideration that there was news about Tesla selling 75% of its Bitcoin and many, many more. What is Enjin doing? Despite all of that, despite the bear market, despite the whole crypto space just being down, they are building to be bigger, better, and stronger than ever. And that is a true testament to how strong the project is and how strong the leadership is behind Enjin. I also want to talk about Efinity because let's face it, the future of cryptos, in my opinion, one of the major driving forces is going to be Metaverse and gaming related. And this article seems to agree with me. Metaverse could be worth $5 trillion by 2030, according to McKinsey. And also, when you check this out, gaming is the tipping point for mass adoption. I absolutely agree. Who do you know doesn't love video games, or who hasn't even tried playing video games? Yeah, that old fart down the street probably didn't play video games as a kid, but when you think about the future, you just think about the current generation, especially those that are focused on cryptos and what large institutions are gearing for. They're gearing for the younger generation, the newer generation, and most of them have played video games and enjoy playing video games. And when you combine a play to earn aspect to many of these games, it's just the cherry on top. Because think about it. In middle school and high school, if people told you can play Call of Duty, for example, and start earning money, like what many of these crypto projects, gaming projects can do, you just truly understand that the power that they have. Think about it. Last year, Axie Infinity providing 70% of its players in the Philippines a chance to quit their jobs because they were earning so much from Axie that they were able to, essentially earn more than their full-time jobs, which is absolutely insane. And has a little glimpse, I would say, of what cryptos can actually do. Because when you think about it, last year, play to earn games was still at its infancy. Not many people really realized it yet. They didn't truly understand the true potential of it. However, Enjin does. And Enjin realizes that Metaverse is the future. Just think about it. Why is a large company like Facebook changing its whole agenda to Meta? They understand that the future is going to be related to the Metaverse. Think about it. Once Google has their own Metaverse, for example, something like Samsung having their own Metaverse, Apple, you name it, the future is absolutely untapped. When you take into consideration that the Metaverse could be a $5 trillion industry by 2030, and you take a look at this, you will understand how undervalued we are. Check this out. All the Metaverse coins combined has a market cap of $13.7 billion. That is crazy. A long, long way away from $5 trillion, and shows how early we are when it comes to the Metaverse. What's even more bullish for me is the fact that Enjin and Efinity is extremely oversold. Just think about it. Enjin is roughly 8 times lower than its all-time high. Efinity, more than 10 times lower than its all-time high. That is absolutely insane. Just think about it. All Enjin and Efinity have to do is return back to its original point. And I'm not saying it has to do even better. Just return back to its all-time high, and I am way, way in the green, which is why I am DCAing even more. And I don't care if the price of Enjin or Efinity goes down 40%, 50%, 70%, because if anything, if it does go lower, better buying opportunity. I also think about it like this. I am not too worried about these unrealized losses, because when I take a look at, for example, Bitcoin, let's say people who bought Bitcoin at $1, $3, $5, even $100, $1,000, you really think they cared at what price they got Bitcoin at, assuming that last year it went all the way to 68,000? No. I mean, think about all the people that, let's say when Bitcoin was at $10, were like, oh man, let's wait for it to go back to $1, then we'll buy. Then what happens if it doesn't go back to $1? They miss out on all the gains, and they miss out on all the opportunities it could have made for them financially speaking. So that is why I dollar cost average. That way I don't try to time the market. And essentially, you stay in the game of crypto long term and not miss any of the runs. I also want to talk about Bitcoin because, let's face it right now, the price of Enjin, Efinity, along with all of these other cryptocurrencies are going to depend on the price of Bitcoin. And check out this chart that compares Bitcoin to the strength of the US dollar. Historically speaking, every single time the US dollar gains strength, Bitcoin loses value. However, every single time the US dollar loses its strength, Bitcoin always goes back up. So based off of this chart, could we be potentially seeing a massive, massive run when it comes to Bitcoin? Honestly, time will tell, but historically speaking, yeah. And in my opinion, we are honestly closer to a bottom than we are a top. Could we have potentially reached a bottom already when it comes to Bitcoin at around 17.5 thousand? Probably. However, time will tell. But if you just think about it historically speaking, we are potentially right now primed for a massive, massive run. Now, you also have to take into consideration the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve. Bitcoin has never reached this far below the yellow line. If you just take a look at this chart right here, the only time it's ever even dipped below that yellow line was during that COVID 2020 crash. And we all know what happened to the crypto space along with Bitcoin. After that, it had one of the most massive and euphoric runs that gave a lot of awareness to the community at large about cryptos and the potential and power of crypto in terms of its use case and how it can create life-changing wealth. As I've said before, we have never dipped this far below the yellow line. So could we be seeing an even bigger run than what we saw in 2021 after that COVID crash in 2020? I think so, because why? More use case right now, more adoption, more institutional adoption, more retail investors, and more people aware about cryptos as a whole. Just think about the next bull run and think about the potential it can have. When you take into consideration the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, and you take into consideration the correlation and history that Bitcoin has with the strength of the US dollar, and you also consider the fact that there are more holders of Bitcoin right now than ever in history. Just think about it. More people holding Bitcoin right now than in the history of Bitcoin. Just think about it. More people believe it now than ever, despite the price dropping from 68,000 to 20,000, right? Just think about it. When you take all of that into account and you understand the future and you understand the power of cryptocurrencies, once Bitcoin has its massive run, once people start FOMOing in, just imagine what is going to happen to the price of Enjin and Efinity. I'm just super, super bullish when it comes to Efinity, Enjin, and just the future of the whole crypto space as a whole. Whenever I think about Enjin and Efinity right now at its current state, I often look back at Bitcoin's history and realize that the future is going to be better than the past, and understand that, hey, storms will pass, bad times will pass, nothing bad lasts forever. And on a personal note, if anyone is feeling down, they're feeling depressed, things are not working out in your favor, just understand that that is not a representation of the future. This too shall pass. And understand that the present and past does not determine your future whatsoever. You may feel down right now, you may feel down in the past, but just understand this, that the future is bright and that you are destined for great things. There has been many, many instances in my life where I felt down and I felt depressed, and sometimes I gave up. And however, other times I actually pushed through. And all the times I gave up, I always regretted them, 100%. So understand this, in life, if you're going through something bad, never ever give up, and that everyone has their time. Just understand that. Quitters never win, and that is always true. And personally, I've experienced that. Every single time I quit during a bad time, I always regretted it. However, every single time I pushed through and I motivated myself, I always felt happy. I was like, wow, I am so amazed that I actually did that. So just understand that, and understand that the future is bright for you and that everyone will have their time. So don't be concerned about what your neighbor's doing, your friend on IG, your ex, what they're doing. Doesn't really matter. What you have to understand is, hey, maybe their time is right now, but maybe your time is in the future, and that's perfectly normal. Everyone has their time to shine, and understand that. So when I understand that, when I truly just implement that in my mentality, I will understand that, hey, Enjin, Efinity, they will come back from this. They will be stronger, bigger, better than ever, and they will really surprise people, honestly, in my opinion, the next bull run. And that's been it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure you guys like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.